Welcome to another episode of Watch Me Do Family History. My name is Chris Knudsen, and my goal is to let people watch me do family history. I love doing family history. My focus is mostly on doing descendancy work, which means I take an ancestor and I go up into the 1700s, find another ancestor, and then I come back down looking for new people who aren't already on the tree on Family Search. And usually within a half an hour I can find new people, and this is pretty exciting for me. So I just wanted to share this with everybody that's interested. So we're going to start off episode 2 where we ended up last episode. In episode 1 we were looking at my ancestor Daniel Beebe. So to get to my ancestor Daniel Beebe, we start off with my great-grandmother, Harriet Jane Lamb, and then we go up to Daniel Beebe. So we're going to click on Daniel Beebe here, and we're going to be doing descendancy work on Daniel Beebe. So I'm going to click on his tree, and then we're going to go over here to the fan chart, and instead of looking at it from a fan chart view, we are going to look at it from descendancy. And again, the reason why I chose Daniel Beebe is because he was living in the 1700s and he is in the United States. I only do research in the United States because I am very familiar with all the records. So we're going to click on Descendancy View. And last week we looked at the descendants of his son Amos. During the week I kind of was looking at some of the ancestors, or some of the descendants of Ira and Eleazar and Eliza, but today we're going to look at the descendants of Calvin Eaton Beebe. So let's see what we can find. So Calvin Eaton Beebe was married to Prudence Miranda Starks, and they lived in the early 1800s, and they had several children, as you can see here. We're going to start with the oldest child, Linus Dwight Beebe, and let's click on there and see what we can see. So Linus married a Mary Caswell Blinn, and they had 4 children, it looks like, and 3 of the children have spouses already, so that's kind of neat. Let's see, with children and other descendants, let's see how that looks. There's a lot of stuff there. Children with some spouses, but for some reason this child doesn't have a spouse yet. So what I like to look for are children without a spouse and see if they really did get married. So let's go ahead and look at Elmira H. Beebe, born in 1857 in Columbia, New York. So she already has 2 sources there. Let's go ahead and right click on her person page and open the link in a new tab. And I'll go up here and look in this tab. And we see her birth. There's no death listed yet. Looks like the 2 sources are state census records from New York from 1865 and 1875. And she has no spouse listed. But we have her parents and we have her siblings. There's pictures on some of her siblings, which means that people have been doing research on this family already. So looking up at the top, I always start with looking for record hints. And Family Search doesn't have any record hints at this point. So let's go ahead and look in Ancestry. So I'm going to click on Ancestry. It's opening up in a new page. And here we have the 1865 census with Elmira and her mother Mary and her father L or Linus. So let's click on that one, and because we know that this is her family. Elmira had a younger brother named Alfred and an older sister named Ella, and we can just confirm that by looking down here. Here's Alfred and here's Ella. And in the 1865 census, Emma hadn't been born yet. So here we are with her father, Linus, her mother, Mary, and Ella, Elmira, Alfred, and somebody named George Brown. So Ancestry is nice because it shows suggested records. And it starts off here with a 1900 census with Elmira H. Davis. So Ancestry thinks that Elmira married a guy with the last name Davis. So let's click on that and see what it says. So here has her being born July 1856 in New York. Currently in 1900 living in Bent, Colorado, possibly. Married to a spouse named Charles K. Davis. Marriage year was 1894. Her father's birthplace was New York, mother's birthplace New York. And so if this is the right Elmira, they're living here in Colorado with 4 children. So we'll get to add those if that's her. So if she was born in New York and her parents were born in New York, why did she move to Colorado? And married in 1894. So let's look over here. Looking for a marriage record. Oh, there's one. Okay. Elmira H. Beebe, Colorado County Marriage Records. So that's her name, Elmira H. Beebe. So let's see what that says. Okay, so Elmira H. Beebe, born in 1857, which is about 1857, which is what we have on her birth year. Married in Loveland, Larimer, Colorado. Married to Charles H. Davis. So let's see if her family has any links with Colorado. So we're going to go back to the tab, and here's Elmira with her parents, Linus and Mary. They were married in Canaan, Columbia, New York. Let's click on Linus here. Oh, look! Linus died in Loveland, Larimer, Colorado in 1912. So that's a for sure link with the family. If she was married in Loveland, Larimer, Colorado in 1890 something, and her dad must have been there too because he died there. So this must be the right person. So this says that this marriage record actually came from Family Search. So if we can do a Family Search looking for a marriage in 1894. So let's go back up here and let's do a Family Search. And just by looking at Elmira, it doesn't show her record, or just shows these 2 census records where her first name starts with an A. What happens if we search with an E? Elmira. Elmira H. Beebe. Interesting. Nothing really comes up. What if we change for looking for a marriage place of Colorado? And I think it was 1854, right? Elmira H. Beebe. Oh, not 1854, 1894. 1894. 1894. Oh, I just changed the birth year. I am so bad at this. Her birth year was 1857, so we're just going to put this back. Sorry, 1859. I'm sure no one else has ever made that mistake before. Sorry, marriage, 1894. So 1894. 1894, and let's hit enter. So there we've got it. Elmira H. Beebe's marriage record to Charles H. Davis. Interesting. They have her estimated birth year as 1862 instead of 1857. Oh wait, no, that's his birth year. Okay, so Charles H. Davis was born in 1862, but his spouse Elmira was born in 1857. So that matches. So let's click on Attach to Family Tree. And now we are going to attach this marriage record to Elmira. So let's see here, 1857, 1857. As far as we know, this is correct. And now we're going to add a new person to the tree. Charles H. Davis. And create new person. And we're adding their marriage date since this is a marriage record. Good. Okay, so we can close this tab. And it looks like there's a census record in 1900. Let's see if we can find that from Family Search so we don't have to type anything. So we're going to go to Family Search again, searching through Family Search. I'm going to change her letter to E. Oops. And let's change her last name to Davis. And we're going to change residence place to Colorado. Elmira H. Davis, Charles K. Davis, it doesn't matter, K.H. It's something going on there. And let's click on that. Okay. Birth date, July 1856. So, and marriage year, 1894. So this is the same couple. Charles was born in Iowa, it looks like. The rest of their kids were born in Colorado, which makes sense. So let's go ahead and attach these records. So we've got Elmira, and we're gonna add this residence for 1900 to be Fredonia, Caddoa, Prowers, Los Animas, Northeast Gagsby, Las Animas town in Bent, Colorado, United States. Oh, that's a big, long name. Charles, same thing. We're going to add that residence and attach that. Now, as we start adding the children, we may find that some of them already exist on Family Tree, and then we'll have to merge any duplicates. Kendall M. Davis, born in 1885, died in 1975. Married to an Alice Beer. That looks really good, except there's no link with the parents, and there's no birthplace. So I'm just going to hit cancel. Let's see what one of the other kids says. Claire R. Davis. Okay. Let's cancel. I'm just curious to see what the other ones say. Mary M. Davis. There's no duplicate on that. Muriel A. Davis. No duplicate on that. Okay, so let's go look at Kendall. And we're going to open up this guy by right-clicking and opening in a new link, because we want to check on him, because we don't want to create a person that already exists. And his wife's name is Alice Beer. So we've got Kendall, Alice Beer, and all these children, but no parents for Kendall Davis. Alice Beer also does not have any parents. And he doesn't have a birthplace. So okay. I'm guessing this is the right one, but let's just check and see. Kendall M. Davis. I like... looks like they're living in Kansas. Let's check one of these censuses. Birthplace, Colorado. Birth year, 1886, which is accurate for 1885. And he moved to Kansas. So he was born in Colorado, moved to Kansas. So I think that that's him, because he's living now with his wife, Alice. But they're living now in Kansas in 1930. So we are going to accept this, but we're going to change his birthplace, and we're going to make it May 1885. So we've got residence, attach. Now let's go ahead and open him up. and add that month of May for his birth and change it to Colorado. And reason why it's correct is already given. It's in the 1900 census. So I'm just going to hit save. And you've got Kendall married to Alice, and their 3 kids, 1922. But looks like they have more kids, but some of them are probably still alive. So you don't want to add too many. Okay, so now we can go back to this census record, excuse me. And let's go ahead and add Claire. She doesn't have a duplicate on Family Search yet, matching that record. And we're going to add Mary. Attach. And Muriel. Now, again, anytime we add new people, it's always good to flesh them out a little bit more, making sure they don't already exist on Family Search. So let's see if we can find out more about Charles. So I'm going to go ahead and close these other things here. Charles H. Davis. He was born in Iowa. But it doesn't say it here. Oh, because on the marriage record it didn't say. But when we go to the sources and we look at this 1900 census, he was born in Iowa. So let's go ahead and add that. I clicked on the wrong thing. Birth, Iowa. June 1861. So let's change that. June 1861. And hit save. And I'm going to refresh this. See if Family Search comes up with any better things. Charles Davis. Nah. Wait. No. Wife, Almira. Son, William. Do they have a son named William? What year is that? 1883. Nah, that can't be right because there's no... His parents weren't even born yet. William's parents... Charles, that's the wrong couple. So let's click out of that. Sorry, let's go back. So we have Charles Davis married to Almira H. Beebe with these kids, and we know they were living in Colorado, and these kids were born in Colorado. Muriel was born in 1897. And we've attached the 1900 census. Let's see if we can find more censuses. So we've already attached this marriage record, and we've already attached this 1900 census. What the heck? So there's another Charles H. Davis. Why would you have 2 different birth months? And $1900. So we need to be careful. There's another Charles H. Davis, born in Iowa. who married a Ruth, it looks like. Let's see if it helps if we add a spouse named Elmira. Oh, that's horrible. Myra. I'm not liking these. Let's see if we change the residence to Colorado. Okay, possibly them. Charles K. Davis, father George and Mary, mother Mary, living in Colorado, born in 1861, Iowa. It's possible that his father's name was George. I still don't like that one. Charles I. Davis, married in 1894 in Colorado Springs, a mammy. Okay, so that's going to be a difficult one, but let's look on Ancestry and see what we can find. Okay, so using their marriage record, Charles H. Davis, Charles K. Davis. So is that a K or an H? Father's birthplace. So Myra, he's living with Myra still. They've got a daughter named Muriel. So if we find a census before their marriage, 1880, if his parents are from New Hampshire and Massachusetts. Is there an 1880? Okay. Father's birthplace, New Hampshire. Mother's birthplace, Massachusetts. It is this George and Mary then. Because that's too many coincidences. You know, he's born in Iowa. They're living in Colorado now. The parents are the same listed as when he's older and as an adult, listing his parents as being from New Hampshire and Massachusetts. Okay, so this 1880 census does prove that his parents are George and Mary. Oh, man. Oh no. So there's a Charles K. Davis, married in Loveland, Colorado, and Anna Mahaffey, a February 1884. When did they get married? May 1894. So he was pretty old when he married Elmira. I just noticed these children are born before their marriage. So Elmira is not the mother of these three children. But then there's this 12-year gap, and in 1894 there's a Muriel. So Charles did marry previously an Anna M. Mahaffey. So in 1884, and then in 1894 he married Elmira in the same town. And let's look at his, find a grave. So when he died in 1932, it was in Hasty Bend, Colorado, and his wife was Elmira. Charles K. Davis. I think we should go ahead and change it to K. Everything lists that as K, except for that stupid marriage record. Okay, so he was married before, and those first three children are from a different marriage. So let's go ahead and add Charles K. Davis. Sorry, I'm going to change his name to K, just so we don't think that that's a mistake. And he was previously married actually let's add this 1880 census. Oh, look, it's already attached to somebody. So Charles K. Davis already exists as Charles Kendall Davis. Let's right click on that, or I guess we have to right click on that, open link in new tab, 2 sources, and he doesn't have any spouses, but his parents already exist. His dad was from New Hampshire. His mom, Mary, was from Massachusetts. So this is the right guy. So we're going to, to finish up today's 30-minute episode, we're going to merge this Charles Kendall Davis. We're going to click on that, copy his ID. Then we're going to go back to our Charles K. Davis. And we're going to go down here and merge by ID. And we're going to right click and paste. And do this. And since Charles Kendall Davis has more information, we're going to switch positions because we actually have the full birth date, 27th of June. And we're going to bring his 1900 census residents over here, his wife, and children. We're going to have to move those children over to his first wife, though. And hit continue merge and finish merge. Good. So now, the interesting thing is, am I related to Charles Kendall Davis? Okay, only through marriage. So I wonder what his tree looks like. It's a pretty full tree, though. Goes pretty far back. But I'm more closely related to him through his wife. So I'm going to pick his dad. I knew it. So I'm related to him through my mother. And through Charles's mother, Mary Holden Parker. But you have to go clear back to the 1600s. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so to recap, I'm still working on my ancestor Daniel Beebe. We decided to work on Elmira H. Beebe because she was listed as not having a spouse. We were able to, let's reload this. We were able to find her spouse, and add some children. Turns out 3 of these children actually from a previous marriage. We're going to go ahead and fix that at a later date. But Charles has a previous marriage, and Muriel is a new daughter who was not on the tree previously. Kendall was on the tree previously, but not really linked to anything. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there, and just want to thank you for watching. I will be making episode 3 shortly to give you more stuff to watch. Thanks. Have a good day.